The diamond industry was making billions over the last decades out of mystery. The question is, where is my diamond coming from? What is the impact of my diamond? Who touched my diamond?
If we start where we should start, from that community that owns it, that sits on the land where it's mined, then the whole narrative would change.
Through the blockchain that we are doing, we are providing all the facts of the diamond from the moments of his birth until the moment he's been sold.
We're looking to completely reinvent the diamond supply chain.
We're going to use this technology to disrupt the entire industry. The city of Antwerp has the legacy of more than 600 years of the diamond industry. About 80% of rough diamonds are passing through the city of Antwerp. We established HB Antwerp with the main goal of changing the perception of the luxury market on how diamonds are being mined, treated, and sold directly to the consumer. If we take the champagne industry, if we take the wine industry, you see how provenance is important, how origin is important. And this is something that was taken completely away from the diamond in order to make it a simple commodity that is traded based on certificates. The pure value of certification is to have a third-party validator into an industry where the sellers, the buyers, and the makers don't speak the same language. The more mysterious you were, the better money you were making. A typical consumer, when you ask him which continent diamonds are mined, his first answer is going to be Africa.
It has been a remarkable journey when we talk about minerals in Botswana. The growth of the economy, the transformation of people's lives in Botswana. We've come from the agrarian side now into mineral development, a mineral economy, whereby we moved up to a high middle income economy. We want to see the cutting edge technology that we see now in the cutting and polishing industry to be coming to Botswana, so that our young people can be trained into this, they're imparted with this knowledge, and then they can move with this knowledge to create their own wealth, create their own industries. They can also polish their skills. That is where the value is. We believe that the diamonds are here, they're ours, therefore they ought to work for us here in the country.
Our mission from the get-go was to completely reinvent the narrative around the diamond, and the best way to do it is by bringing the ESG values into the prices of the diamond. The more you involve ESG into the making of a product, the more value you can give back to the communities that have extracted this product. Shai Toledo is my partner and one of the co-founders of this company. His responsibility is to completely reinvent the supply chain and the value chain of the diamond industry.
My father started his business cutting. It's a profession called a cleaver. Ever since I was born, I was breathing rough diamonds. It became more of an obsession, and then later on it evolved to basically the entire supply chain. The current environment doesn't support value retention on this product, and it's how to change this narrative into something that does. Once we realized the level of scalability, it's when we decided that we have to have the best partner to make it happen. Microsoft had a very clear vision of what is the ultimate supply chain.
HB was a small startup when I met them. Very quickly, they grew to 100 people. What we could bring to HB is digital transformation, putting data at the heart of their strategy in order to contribute to disrupt the market.
So this is roughly a 7 months process.
Okay.
That represents this linear environment of the current diamond production.
I think that what was different is that as a small startup, they wanted to disrupt a huge industry. They wanted to bring more value, more sustainability, more ethics.
The entire ecosystem is up until here producing thousands of points.
The values of HB match the Microsoft values. They serve our mission, which is empowering every organization on the planet to achieve more.
The main challenge was that it's never been done before.
The first aha moment that we had, we were talking about bringing transparency in the diamond industry, and they were not really happy with the word transparent.
From our industry, this word is so overused. We needed a different way to describe what we're doing.
Very quickly, Shai said, "Oh, I don't want to talk about transparency. Everyone talks about transparency, but then it's very hard to verify." And then Thierry Rapatou, who's our architect on the project, said, "What about moments of truth? Bringing truth into the industry."
In the end, it's all about data. We have to provide government data. And this data, when it's backed by one of the biggest companies in the world and a leader in its industry, it has a different impact.
We partnered with Lucara because we have a common denominator, the realization that the current system is not working.
It's a company that has brought innovation and new technologies into the mining industry.
We knew that HB Antwerp wanted to test and develop the HB Ledger technology in Botswana.
How it works, we have a group of publishers. And the publisher could be a scan, it can be any type of information which is produced for the stone. With every touching point, you create a traceable moment into each of the stones. From the moment it was dug, is separated into a square meter. So we are able to say that that stone came from that square meter of excavation. Then bring it to the XRT machine, which is a machine that differentiated the rock from the diamonds, which is basically the first time that human will actually touch the stone. And from that moment on, an imprint of the finding is being done. All the way to the sorting facility and the title of ownership that HB takes. All the way to the analysis stage, to the CT, to the MRIs, to the software of the design, to the laser when we split the stone, to the design, and to the transformation of that single piece of rough into a piece of sparkling polished, and then to the consumer. And at the end, there is an accumulation of data and a final verification point to create the final print in which we'll be able to identify the stone in any point in time. Each single stone will go through the exact same process. The IoT device is a mini vault to every single stone that is unable to open unless it is documented in the ledger. Once it enters the ledger, it's verified and it's immutable.
So for the first time, a consumer can open a box, look inside, and seek the complete value chain.
In practice, you do like 8 times 8 measurements, and then you have a good view on the minimum and the maximum diameter. Okay, that's a good reading.
HB recently opened an innovation lab in Botswana in order to recruit young talents, to train them.
In Botswana, the untapped potential is enormous. They all have a very good education. There are lots of universities with high standards. And so we really needed to find the right people in this big pool of talent that is out there.
What makes something for you, the diamond for you, valuable?
Where it comes from and which practices were used when mining.
Every diamond has a story. Boom.
Most of us have never seen a diamond. So it would be the first time to have such a facility, and it would be great for our country in general.
45% of the GDP is coming from diamonds, and yet no one ever had the chance to interact with a rough diamond or to interact with a polished diamond. We are starting with scanning rough diamonds, planning rough diamonds, so you get an actual idea of the real value of these rough stones. And we really want Botswana to take the lead in our company.
I've never seen any company do that in Botswana.
I see this as a great opportunity to be involved in the process and the processing of diamonds. The first person has a degree and finished. Okay, I'm yours. Yeah.
You're right to be proud of. The HB Innovation Lab is a talent search. Because if you're all about celebrating provenance, making sure that customers can verify the provenance, you also have to do the next step and bring it here and add value also in the country itself. For HB Antwerp, it's only logic that the next step, and in our story, is HB Botswana.
HB Botswana is going to employ hundreds of people, and it's going to be the most modern diamond facility in Africa.
We are bringing everything we have from Antwerp to Botswana. And the idea is really that they do everything here, transferring the knowledge, the expertise and the experience that we have in Antwerp for so many years and bring it here.
The future of HB Antwerp is to use what we've done and to apply it on a much bigger scale, to show that if you can do it for something as complex as diamonds, you can do it for any other type of national asset, empowering different industries as well.
This is how we operate at Microsoft. We believe in training talents and we believe in rewarding communities as well.
Botswana for us is much more than a proof of concept. It's a nation that trusted us in a time where we were just beginning. So our proposition to Botswana was stop thinking rough diamonds and start thinking polished diamonds and start getting profits from the sales of those polished diamonds. This had never happened before. When we pitched this vision, the President, His Excellency, walked into the room with a big smile and he says, guys, I have a very limited short time and I have a transformation agenda. If you have something in that direction, I'm all yours. Otherwise, thank you very much. And that was the second we knew that we have a partner to proceed in this country.
May we all rise as we welcome His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Eric Dabetswe Masisi.
Thank you, Rauna. We may kindly be seated. Botswana government and Lucara Botswana benefit from the partnership between Lucara Diamond Corporation and HB Group. It is gratifying to note that the point of sale maximizes value of cut and polished stones rather than the sale of just rough diamonds. This is a seismic shift, and I can tell you, we do not want to revert to the standard we had.
Through innovation and digitalization, we create wealth, we create jobs that will actually play a key role in ensuring that young people are there to support sustainable mining.
On my life, a lot of things have changed. I joined the Lucara in 2015. Now I'm a dump truck operator. If the company does well, even Botswana does well. By sharing the profits, it changes my life because I get something from those profits.
A lot of people in my generation go to work in the mining industry. The mining industry also educates them. Maybe if I get an opportunity to be trained, I might end up exploring the world. It also encourages my younger sisters and brother. The big sister did it, so can I.
For HB Antwerp, this model is meaning that we have a steady income. We know exactly what kind of profits we are going to yield from each diamond. It's bringing for the first time certitude. It's bringing for the first time scientific data.
So that provenance with the use of blockchains helps us to identify that this is a Botswana diamond.
It tells us also the impact this diamond had on the communities that mined it.
It creates a different product that for the first time you are able to say, come and verify it. Come and see how your purchase has truly benefited someone else.
So now the government of Botswana is not getting royalties on rough diamonds, they're getting royalties on a finished product. The miner has access to the final payment. The miner has access to all the data. We create more money for everybody that participates in the value chain. Our numbers and our figures are showing that in the last 2 years, the royalties of the government have increased by 35 to 40%. We're talking about more education system, more schools, more hospitals, more infrastructure.
And that is the transformation of an economy. We move right across the value chain. That is how you sustain yourselves, you sustain your country beyond where you are beyond just resource-based into a knowledge-based economy.